Get ready, footy fans, because the AFL draft is just around the corner and things are heating up. The intrigue is absolutely off the charts, especially at the top of the draft order. With Richmond signaling they might be open to a last-minute trade for one of their top 10 picks. This could completely shake things up on Wednesday night. Let's start at the very top. It's all but locked in that West Coast will crown Gippsland Power's incredible prospect, Willem Dersma, as this year's #1 pick. But after that, the real chess match begins. The Eagles are expected to follow up with bids on 2 Academy stars, Gold Coast's Zeke Uland and then Carlton father-son gun Harry Dean at picks 2 and 3. Both Gold Coast and Carlton will almost certainly match those bids, making the first few minutes of the draft incredibly exciting. With their next live pick, which should land at number 4, West Coast has their eyes on the exciting ruck forward Cooper Duff-Tytler. He's a massive talent and looks like a perfect fit for the Eagles' rebuild. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. The only club that seems poised to make a big move up the draft board is Essendon. The Bombers have been very active, and after striking a deal with Carlton for pick 9, they now hold a powerful hand with picks 5, 6, and 9. Could the Bombers package some of those picks to tempt West Coast into giving up one of their top selections? They're definitely thinking about it, but right now, a move from West Coast is considered highly unlikely, and no formal offer has been made. Still, keep an eye on that space. Essendon is ready to make a splash. Richmond, meanwhile, is playing their cards very close to their chest. They are expected to place back-to-back bids of their own on Gold Coast Academy talent Dylan Patterson and then Brisbane Academy prospect Dan Annabelle. After those bids are inevitably matched, the Tigers will have 2 live picks that will really shape the first round. So, who are the Tigers targeting? They've kept everyone guessing, but the names consistently in the mix are Sam Cumming, Sullivan Roby, Sam, GRLJ, and Xavier Taylor. Richmond has identified speed as a major need, which keeps the speedy Oakley Charger, Sam GRLJ, right in the frame. There's also some late chatter about West Australian Jacob Farrow as a potential smoky, but he seems a bit more of an outside chance for the Tigers' pair of selections. This creates a fascinating domino effect. Essendon will be watching Richmond's every move as they're reportedly keen on the exact same group of players. The Bombers' deal with Carlton, which saw them land pick 9 for a bundle of later picks, gives them 3 selections in the top 10 for the first time since 2020. They LLB hoping one of their preferred targets like Cumming Roby or Taylor slips through to them. Dyson Sharp is another player firmly in the Bombers' mix, potentially available at their 3rd pick. However, if they wait, they risk Melbourne snapping him up. It's a high-stakes game of chicken. Speaking of the Demons, they're also in a holding pattern, waiting to see who is left on the board. South Australian forward and wingman Cam Nairn is high on their radar for one of their 2 first-round picks. As we move into the middle of the first round, a bunch of clubs are all chasing a similar group of players. Essendon has recently interviewed Latrell Pickett, Oscar Taylor, and Lachey Devastinol, of whom will be in consideration for their 3rd pick. Pickett and Devastin are seen as small forwards who could make an immediate impact. Hawthorn has also done their homework on that same group and met with Sam Gurlge on Monday. Devastin is a name that is firmly in their mix as well. If he's still available, Devastin will be right in their thinking, along with Pickett, Gurlge, and Josh Lindsay. The Hawks, meanwhile, might not be done dealing. They've had talks with GWS about potentially trading back for a future pick. If the Giants are desperate to move up for someone like Gurlge or Pickett, the Western Bulldogs are also keeping their options open, potentially trading down while looking at halfback options like Lindsay and Oscar Taylor. Geelong is another club that could be on the move. They've had discussions with the Giants about a potential pick swap. A move up the board could put them in the running for halfback Josh Lindsay, who they recently interviewed. The Giants themselves are being tipped as a potential bidder for Sydney Academy prospect Harry Kyle. And what about the Academy and father-son bids? Expect a flurry of them in the 15 to 25 range. Names to watch include Jai Murray and Boa Dinsel for Gold Coast, Jack Isson for Carlton, Adam Swide for Essendon, Tyler Williams for West Coast, and Lachey Carmichael for Sydney. The timing of these bids is crucial, as it could affect a club's draft points and strategy for next year. For example, Essendon might let a bid on Swide go unmatched if it comes too early. Alright, let's put it all together with my late mail phantom draft. At pick 1, West Coast takes Willem Dersma. Then the bids start. Gold Coast matches for Zeke Uland and Carlton matches for Harry Dean. West Coast then takes Cooper Duff-Tytler at 4. Next up, bids for Dylan Patterson and Daniel Annabelle are matched by Gold Coast and Brisbane. This leaves Richmond to take Sam Cumming and Sullivan Roby at 7 and 8. Essendon then gets Xavier Taylor and Dyson Sharp. Melbourne swoops on Jacob Farrow and Cam Nairn. Essendon uses their third pick on Lachey de Boston, while Hawthorn grabs Sam Gurlge. North Melbourne selects Latrell Pickett. Then we see a bid for Sydney's Harry Kyle, which they match. GWS takes Oscar Taylor. A bid for Gold Coast's Jai Murray is matched, and West Coast then picks Boa Dinsel. The Bulldogs select Josh Lindsay, and Adelaide takes Mitch Marsh. Then come the bids for Carlton's Jack Isson, West Coast's Tila Williams, and Essendon's Adam Swide, all of which are matched. Geelong takes Blake Threadgold, Fremantle grabs Aidan Schubert, Hawthorn gets Liam Heatherton, and North picks Harley Barker. The final 2 picks of the top 30 see a matched bid for Sydney's Lachey Carmichael, before the Bulldogs rounded out with Lewis Emmett. It's going to be an absolutely wild night full of strategy, surprises, and future stars. Make sure you're tuned in. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for all our post-draft analysis.